What is going on, guys? It's your boy Crypto Miguel here, coming to today with a good morning, miners. How are you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you know what is going on. We got Conjure Bits up in here. I got him fooled this morning. He's got the notification on Twitter, which gets pushed through if this then that. Sorry. Posted the live link and he was like ready to go going to work, and then he was like, what, 77 minutes? You fooled me. And yeah, it was funny. Sorry, buddy. Glad you're here. What's up, Magic Lucky, Tech Man, Crypto Nico? How are you all doing today? Magic Lucky said, I got my EVGA Q notification that I submitted last April for a card I no longer want over a year later. I'm sure I am not alone. Yes, that happened to me before as well. Ended up happening with my 3060, my last 3060 that I got from EVGA Q was one that I placed way back when. Or no, not my last one, the one before that, because it was the XC, so you know, or the black edition, no backplate. But yeah, it was, when I put the notification in, it was a non-LHR card, but by the time I actually got the notification, it was LHR, which I took it anyway because it was a 3060. So but yeah, has happened to me before. I actually got an EVGA notification the other day, and I actually let that one go because it ended up being it was a 3050. I'm not sure when I put the notification in for a 3050, but definitely was. About damn time. Oh, buddy, you're funny, Conda. You're too funny. Nah. Running a little bit behind. Anyone else buffering? Everything looks good on my end, so I don't think it's me. Yeah, I have not noticed anything. Just you, man. Just you. Okay, there we go. I got all my stuff open that I wanted open. Got it. All right, cool. So, what is going on, everybody? What's up, Taines? How you doing, buddy? Tech Man. How are you all doing this morning? Had some interesting things happen last week. We did get the 3060 rig issue fixed. There was a whole problem with that issue. I'm not really sure. I mean, it has to do with the kernel. Has to. Only reason I say this is because the version that I'm using actually uses a different kernel, and this version works. The other version did not work, and it was a different actual Linux kernel. So as of now, cannot upgrade my RevTech/3060 rig because of that, which is a bit of a bummer. But as you could see from last Monday's episode, or this Monday's episode, right? We were having malfunction errors, driver errors, and vtool errors. I mean, dude, it was just an absolute nightmare. Was not sure what was happening. We tried 4 different drivers, everything. It was absolute insanity. Even reflashed Hive completely back to a stable version on the M2 and M2 SATA, and same thing. I had to revert drivers back to 461.91.03, and those were the only drivers that worked. But it ended up calling one of the GPUs, which was a 3060, but it called it a GA104. GA104, as we know it, is a pre-LHR 3060. I figured that was, figured that was it. That was the reasoning. And nope, it got worse as we started playing with everything else. But as you'll see in Monday's video, it is 100% hashing. We got full recognition of every card. Calls all of them an RTX 3060 now. It doesn't call it a graphics device, GA104. Does not do any of that. All of the hash rates are fixed. Boo. We just got nerfed on that card. But yeah, it's working. Everything is fixed. Everything is as it should be. The only one that calls something different is NVIDIA right here, and this is GPU 0, and this is the version 1 3060. It's in slot. It is in the first slot. So I would imagine this is at the actual 3060 or the version 1. So pretty interesting sitting here playing with the LHR unlocker for on T-Rex. This is the newest T-Rex. So everything was finally fixed, and it ended up being this is what saved it for me. Was they said I was just kind of searching, and then in Hivon's forum, so the new RevTech 2.0 Intel based motherboard issues and how to resolve them. So this contains NVIDIA driver using their stable version is this right here, 0.6-212. If you go to Hive OS, this is current stable version. The problem with that is the driver included being 470.86, and that was once you reinstall Hive, that's the drivers it installs, and those are no good. So to fix this problem, you use this version, and it actually uses a different kernel, which allows you to use 470.82 as your driver. So 472.82. So Not sure why. And this was actually reported for a RevTech version 2. Alright, so version 2 makes it funny because I'm actually using a version 1 RevTech. Version 1 RevTech actually runs an AMD CPU. Version 2s run Intel based. So whatever the issue is not because of the CPU. It is a different, there's a different issue. It's got to be with something that the BIOS has that doesn't like the upgraded kernel. Has to be for Linux. I mean, I have a laptop that I can't use a certain kernel version because it just doesn't support it very well. It works, but it doesn't work well, you know. So this was my saving grace, was finding this this article. So absolute insanity, but fixed it, and we're up and hashing right now. We're using the current version of T-Rex miner, mining Ethereum. Currently waiting for payouts to hit because I'm gonna switch off of Ethermine and I'm gonna actually go try out Hivon Pool and see if we can get a better payout there, since they have released Polygon payouts, so I can get paid Ethereum on Polygon like I have been, but just using Hivon Pool, which you would think you would get a higher payout, because one, you get 0% fee instead of having to pay Ethermine's fee. So theoretically you'll get more, but we'll test it and find out. So anyway, yeah, got this up and running, fixed it. Thank goodness. It was a massive headache. Thanks to that random article about a version 2. Hivon, good luck. Yeah, I know. I want to try it and see if we can get a better payout. Right now I'm using Ethermine and I don't really prefer Ethermine. Like quite literally, but they're the only ones that do Polygon payout. You know what I mean? I think the only other pool would be Crazy Pool, I think. Crazy Pool had a option for a little bit that what do you call it? You can get paid on Binance Smart Chain. Get paid WETH on Binance Smart Chain. That was an option, but now I can't find it anywhere. So I don't think that's an option anymore. I'll let you know how the stales are, yeah. We'll see. I'm just curious. No fan of Hivon Pool. Lower payouts than other pools. Yeah. That's what I would like to test it against what I'm already mining. I didn't want to go to it just to mine Ethereum. I'm about mining Ethereum to get the best profitability, but I'm not about using it for the fees and everything. So that's why I get paid to Polygon. So I skip all of that BS. And I can transfer to Bitcoin via like a swap service or something. But a lot of exchanges accept Polygon, the chain, so not financial advice. It's just cheaper to send fees that way. A lot cheaper. And it's not like I have like a crazy amount of hash rate. So the more fees I can get to myself, the better. Or the less fees I can take from myself. So Imagine looking at a 3070 noob question. Yes, I got my first one ever. I don't even own a 3070. I own a 3070 Ti. It is bad if I'm getting 0.08 invalid shares. Aside from lowering profitability, am I hurting the card at all? I don't think so. I got a 3060 Ti that has like 111 invalid shares right now. But it's been running for well over a month, so it's just accumulated those over like a month's period. And it's perfectly fine. It's been doing that ever since I've had it. Even in Windows it did it. So I'm not really sure that that's gonna affect it. You know what I mean? Actually talking to Jay about bad shares. Overclock is off. Yeah, see, and that's what I thought too, but it's like core locked and gently overclocked. It's not, I'm not even pushing the card. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just always done that. But none of my other 30 series do that. Just that one. But it's been up and running well over a month. So it's just accumulated those 111 stale shares in well over a month. But it doesn't affect, like, it doesn't show it in Hive, you know what I mean? Like, it's just been sitting there so long. Like, there's a 3060 right here, and it's got a couple invalid shares. It's at a 0.07 rate. I get one, I freak out. This one has two. Like, see if I can. If I can pull this up. There you go, Tech Man. I can't pull this one up on screen, but yeah, there's your there's your 111 stale shares. Pretty intense. But yeah, I can't pull that one up on screen. But I could show you that. But it doesn't like show as like bad in Hive, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm still at a 99% efficiency rate. Which is why I don't fret about it, because I'm still at a 99% efficiency rate. If I was at like an 80% efficiency rate, I would reconsider things. But the fact that I stay at 99, I'm not worried about it. It's not affecting much, I think. Low hash rate on the 1080s. So I guess I can't pull that back up. It's gone. So one of the 1080s is a Zotac, and it does not take overclocks. Never has. Can't overclock it. I can undervolt it. That's it. That is it. It will not do overclocks. And it runs warm. It's just not a good card. But I got it for like $100. I mean, dude, I knew what I was signing up for when I got it. It was the best deal ever, and I will take it with just running it at low wattage for $100. Cool. Once the facility is like fully open and functioning, that rig will be in the facility, but that card will not be on that rig because it is just not viable. I don't mind it now because it's at home and I can, I can touch it, but like away, like it could cause issues. If I try to overclock the rig, that card stops the rig from hashing. Before I give it full wattage, let it hash for a second, and then pull watts back away. Then it'll hash again. It's a weird card. It's a weird one. There you go, Magic. Techman's giving you his sauce. I don't have a 3070, so I have a 3070 Ti and that's it. So anyways, on another note, had to order up one of these, which I'm actually pretty curious of. It's actually should be better quality than the one that I have, by far. I was doing maintenance on the FPGA rig, all right, and when I was cleaning out the loop last, I noticed it was like some inconsistencies of whenever like the pump was going. It was like, like you could hear it. I could hear it. Like I knew it was something was ish, like a little weird. But the power supply that I was using wasn't at its best, and then wasn't powering fans either anymore. So I think that cable was bad or something. Don't know. Plugged it up to a good power supply, like good and working, and it went puh and just shot a big old plume of smoke out the back of the pump and stunk the whole room up. Smelled like burnt electronics. It was gross. So I went to Mod My Mods and bought the Alpha Cool pump. This is their lower end pump, but it runs the same components as the higher end pump. You just don't get the full like 4,800 RPMs, right? I don't need that much anyway. So this one will do for what I need it for. Does 350 liters per hour, and that will work for my single VCU and CPU. All right. It does have a maximum RPM of 3,200. The other ones have a maximum of 4,800. So it'll work for what I need it. It has more ports than mine does, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if it'll... Maybe. And it has one on the side, which I find I find weird. I wish that wasn't out. If that wasn't out, that'd be cooler. Because I could put it out right towards my CPU. But the side that I'm going to use doesn't have that, so I'm just going to block that other side off. But it has quite a few different outlets. The one that I have right now it's a plastic Chinese piece of poo. So I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. Plus Alpha Cool / Mod My Mods they have pretty good stuff. So this is what I went with. We'll have it come in, and then I gotta redo the tubing on the block and everything, because the tubes will be different now, or at least different lengths. Some of them will. So we'll have a whole video of that, redoing that, and getting the FPGA back up and functioning with the new pump. So fingers crossed. It has been pushed out, and it should be here within like the next week or so. F1 sprint starting now. Have fun, buddy. Enjoy the show, for sure. I love F1. Thanks, technically, yeah, it's probably because it's running 300 mem, but stable, just throwing some invalids. Effective hash rate. Not bad, Magic Lucky, I think. I think it's fine. Nash. Ooh. Yeah, so pretty cool. A little pricey, but the one that I got from Osprey Mining, it was not the best, and it was very loud. So supposedly this one is actually quieter. I would much prefer that. Before I had like the good microphone, and we had it like right by us, and y'all used to be able to hear it back at the old place. So this should be a whole lot quieter. Quieter and more effective. Which is the ultimate goal, right? Heck yeah. I need more coffee. So I'm gonna go grab some more coffee real fast, and we'll be right back. What's up, crypto noob? Enjoy the coffee break. Yeah, gonna get hot. Yeah, it's gonna be warm today. Well, not here. It's actually gonna be the opposite of that today. Today it should actually be rather cool. It should rain today. It's been like wanting to rain for a few days now, but just hasn't. So it's like real like smuggy. Not fun. I don't enjoy this kind of weather. Do not enjoy it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's really it from me. On a 100% non-mining note. Not yesterday, but the day before yesterday was actually, it was Ubuntu Day, man. I love Ubuntu Day. It only comes once every 2 years. So, there hasn't been a blizzard outside during it. Nice. Taking sinus meds, yes. So Ubuntu Day happened. So the newest version, like LTS, which is long-term support of Ubuntu, came out. I'm excited about this. I use Ubuntu. My Lenovo, like everyday laptop that I use for work, I run Ubuntu on it. How are the mining cases going? I don't know. That's a fantastic question. Like, fantastic question that I don't have an answer to. Someone was supposed to be responding and has not responded. And not my partner. So, I don't know. It'll happen when it happens, I guess. Don't quite know. We're also getting kind of like screwed by the electric company right now. They are not making things very easy for dropping a new meter for what we want. So, working on it, but they're not making it easy. That's for sure. They blame agricultural, which marijuana farms, because that has become medically legal here over the past like couple years. So those have boomed up huge, like growing like dispensaries and everything. So that's taken a load on the system, and now they've introduced a bill where they're giving like a safe haven to crypto miners and crypto miners businesses, and now we have a huge boom of miners, but power's not quite enough there. They don't want to stop selling the power to Texas. That makes them more money. Like 70% of our power gets sold to Texas. He says your Nimbus node was fire. I appreciate it, buddy. Noobs just went to buy a new CPU cooler for my mining fan after dying for 4 years. Yeah. I had a fan go bad on one of my old CPU coolers that's been like going for like, I don't know, 5-6 years. if not more, on an old AMD Athlon, right? And it finally died, and I had a spare Ryzen CPU fan, and I just took the old fan off of it and just zip tied that fan to the cooler and just like let it ride. I was like, nah, works. I don't recommend it, but it works. It's an old Athlon CPU. Like, if it's gonna die, it's gonna die eventually. That's FA. You have a friend that went on a node together, which had a local friend or mining friend or someone that I knew that had this GPU collecting disease. Yes, it's always fun to have friends that you know that are into the same things. But node friend that I have that is in with me running the node is not local to me. But I know them. I have known them for a very, very long time. And there's a bit of trust upon doing said things. So, everyone is held accountable, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, so support lifespan, long-term release, so we'll have it until we'll have accurate support and maintenance for 5 years for this support until 2027. So pretty awesome. I am currently running the older version right here. So Focal Fossa is what I'm running right now. The new code name for the new version is Jammy Jellyfish. Now my laptop's not running Jammy Jellyfish as of yet, but it will be. Not yet. I would actually like to try it out somewhere else first before I update my laptop to it, because I have to be specific in which version of I'm going to use. But I did buy an MSATA, or yeah, an M.2 drive for my main PC that I'm using right now, and I'm going to load this, which is 22.4 or .04. I will be loading this onto my main PC, and I'll be going to use it. Now this is using the newest GNOME, and it actually works natively with NVIDIA and boots straight into Wayland's and has Wayland support native. If you have an NVIDIA card, it notices that, and it'll let you run. So there's some GNOME tweaks, of course, a whole lot of different. I love how they do this. So here's old Focal Fossa, and then this is the new versions. And you can actually change your appearance a whole lot more. You have a whole lot more freedom and like usability. So of course there's Focal Fossa, there's that, and you can actually put items on the desktop now, which has not been able to done before, which is really funny. Different in the lock screens. The logo is now different. Looks pretty nice. Dark theme versus the new dark theme. New dark theme is a lot better. Just gonna want to do that too. Yeah, I've said it like that forever. It's GNOME, but yeah, GNOME. I know it's terrible. Horizontal layouts. The way it looks, you can now move your docking support, change that, multitasking, shrinking the dock, which is amazing. You can actually shrink it and make the dock smaller. You can remove it towards floating, kind of like Mac, if you would like to do that. New screenshot tool, which I find really interesting. This is the original screenshot tool. This is what I use. Really nothing wrong with it. It works. Flame shot works better, but this is okay. This one, I've seen lots of people post it, and like people like shared this, but no one has like mentioned this right here. There is a video record button built in. No one has gone over that yet. No one. So I don't know if it works. I'm very curious, but it says it can record the screen as well, which is really cool. I really like that. Like you could just record a short clip of what's on the screen and like be able to share that with someone, and like going over things would be makes things easier. But that's like a little, it's like a little fine wine part of it, you know what I mean? Firefox does, yep. They mention it comes as a snap, which means it loads faster and will automatically update by itself constantly. Whenever there's a new update, it'll update, which has its pluses and negatives, you know what I mean? It's not like the best of things, but it's really nice because it's super fast. Firefox now in like Ubuntu Focal Fossa that I run takes it like a second to load, and it like there's nothing wrong with it, you know what I mean? But it will load faster. Icon replacement, you can move your icons around like we were talking about. You can change them. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm very interested with this. I'm curious if green with Envy is going to natively work with this. It works with 20, so I would assume it's going to work with 24 with since they're on the same GNOME releases, which 22.4 is what they're calling a Franken-gnome. It's called a Franken-gnome because it doesn't, all of the applications aren't running GNOME 42. All right. They are, some of them are running 41, some of them are running 40. There's a bunch of them. It's just because some of them don't really benefit anything like at all from being updated, so they didn't update them. I don't know why they were that picky, to be honest, but they were. But that's 100% not mining related. But since that happened, that means all of your favorite flavors will be updating. Ubuntu updated, which is light Ubuntu. I ran this on a mining rig, super lightweight. It works perfectly fine. Ubuntu Bungee, which is nice. It's just a fancy Ubuntu. Xbuntu, real command line oriented, but everything's releasing to 22.4. So you'll slowly see the rest of them. See Ubuntu Mate, Kubuntu, all of them. All updating. And that's to the newest Linux kernel. So I'll be updating my main PC to the newest Ubuntu, and I'll keep y'all updated. But green with Envy is a NVIDIA overclocking tool. Lets you overclock your card just the same as most other overclockers. Because all the ones that we use now are not available in Linux for graphical overclockers. Anyway, you would have to command line overclock everything. But playing games is getting better, just not ideal yet. Ironically, the Steam Deck will help with that. Ironically. So, yeah, Linux has always been faster than Windows. Not so hardware intensive, yeah. It's a lot lighter on the hardware. Linux did monitor it. You just had to physically write it all in. That was the main issue. You could see VRAM temperatures. You had to manually go find the sensor. Finding sensors is a pain in the butt. But it could be done, and it could have been done. It's just not easily doable. Especially writing it into like Hive OS wasn't easily doable. Up until NVIDIA finally helped out. I was following one of the Linux threads about it, that it's been doable for a while. Longer than a couple weeks ago. Like talking months and months that it's been like doable. Months and months. It just wasn't like I said, it wasn't easily doable for everyday users. Do want to note that Serpent is going live. Yeah, it was doable. In Hive, it wasn't as easy because you couldn't see what you were doing all the time. You would have to gone into a GUI version of Linux and physically seen where to go. If you are running Hive, if like you have Hive on like a decent enough computer, you could install the GUI to it. Like you could actually use it if it was on a like well-built computer, not like a mining rig. Like you'd have to build it like a PC, like a gaming PC. Then you could install the GUI version, the GUI. Totally doable, but you have to have seen where you were going. It's not like a stumble into it kind of thing. Yeah. Was 100% doable. This was not easy. Yeah. So make sure you guys have smash the like button, subscribe button, bell notification, So anytime that we do go live here or post videos on the channel, we'll have a video going live here on Monday. We'll be going live here on Monday, as you know, for the update of the 3060 rig. So you'll get to see the full, like, how we fix that. So super simple, easy to fix. Yeet. I used to run SUSE on my PC in Australia. Yeah, I haven't never used SUSE. Never used it. Pickman says clothes washing, eggs cooking, coffee brewing. Heck yeah, man. Drinking my coffee right now. Serpent's about to go live. You guys are above my computer knowledge. So my knowledge for computers did not come from IT classes at school. Not at all. By pure infatuation and having friends that were highly into stuff like that. I did graphical design in school for creating graphical art and images for on computers in school, but didn't take anything of what I know now for school. Like Tech Manager said, the best teacher is experience. Yes, 100%. I've been using Linux since Backtrack 2 to be exact. I used Backtrack 1, but I've used Backtrack 2. Backtrack 3 was my favorite. That was right before it became Kali Linux, as we know it today. But that's where I learned Linux, was in Backtrack. So, if you know what Backtrack is, you would know that that is not it's not like running Ubuntu nowadays and like, oh, clicking and finding everything. Everything was basically command line, and that was it. If you wanted some kind of like clickable support, you had to like make that yourself. Writing programs in Backtrack was way easier because you had nothing to fight you. Nothing. Yellowtail on PS3, man, that was fun. Man, nice. Very nice. Here's what I've learned. I guess I'm 11 months now. Yeah. That's just all it takes, man, is learning. Got off 9 quickly enough. Yes. Yes. All bad. All bad. But yeah, just experience. That's my teacher. Well, I had a really good friend who was way more advanced than me. I talk to him on occasion if I ever get stuck, but that's definitely experience is a key factor though. Linux server was a Toshiba. Running Red Hat. Good old Red Hat. My FPGA rig actually still runs Ubuntu 19, which is LTS 19.8. Pretty interesting. I'm worried I'm gonna have to update once the new LTS comes out. 18 or 19 now should be running out of support here soon. This year. This should be the year that 19 stops getting support. So I'll have to update to like 20 to what I normally run, Focal Fossa, which I'm cool with. I like that. I think by far my favorite is Manjaro Linux. That's like my favorite to play with. It's like the mixture of between Ubuntu and Kali / Backtrack. Personally, I would like to play with Garuda. Dragon Eyes Garuda is like gaming focused. It comes with Wine installed already, which is fantastic. It comes with Steam installed, like a lot of extra stuff. That's if the newest version of Ubuntu isn't like working out to my liking so far, I'll run that because that'd be fun. Seth Estrada, Mind Your Biz, was running that for a little bit. And he liked it. Only thing he had problems with was the pipeline for audio was janky. Commodore 64, yeah, I mean, that was way before my time. Bulletin boards, man, jeez. Yeah, I'm much more into software. Nim is my hardware guy. He knows hardware like there's no other. He can research hardware. Software is me though. It's my niche. Oh yeah, I don't. Networking's a pain in the ass. That is for sure. Yo, nice. You could download anything. Yeah, man. Bulletin boards were nice. Wow, that's crazy. For nostalgia, dude, you can run it on Flux. You can run bulletin boards on Flux. It'd be absolutely freaking hilarious. I don't know if you could run like those kind of bulletin boards, but I can still do DOS command line. Heck yeah, man. The way of the DOS. This is the way. Not really. Not anymore. The newest code that I've learned was truffle. And that was not fun, to be honest. But anyways, I did not realize what time it was. Our boy Serpent is already live as we speak. So make sure you go hit up your boy right there. Yep, that is the link. Oh. Yep, that's the link. Ooh-wee. Got my Gala Games drop. That's dope. Go to my inventory. I want to see it. Nice. Love it. Melt the faces off. Gold skin. Dope. Gala Games for the win, man. DOS is still usable on Windows 10 and 11. It is. That it is, sir. You know that the basis of Truffle is built in Windows? Like, you can actually download it. It's built off chocolatey. I call it chocolatey, but Choco. That's why it's such a mess. Because Choco's a mess. Choco chokes. And with that one, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Soon, every time that we go live here or post videos on the channel, we'll have a video going live on Monday over the fixing of the malfunction errors and the NVIDIA tool issues and driver issues on the RevTech motherboard running on Hive. We go over the full breakdown on how to fix it, reinstalling everything, replacing Hive images, the full lot. All right. So make sure you have the bell on for when that drops on Monday. Would be greatly appreciated, guys. Without that, we'll catch you on the next time. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them down in the comment section below. Until then, we'll see y'all in the next one. Keep your hash rates up, your watts low, and head over to Serpent's channel and give him a Crypto Mikkel raid. Peace out, guys. Much love. Yeah.